kind of look alright. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you know what I mean? YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy, Steph TV. Steph on the Don. You already know, man. Back with another video. And before I even get into this one, I was like, yo, let me make a video because, you know, Pops was drinking, and then, you know, it's the you know, the things he say, it affects people, especially too, it affects me. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just knows that, all right, this is not good for me. I need to stay away. All right, we all have certain things that bother us, you know what I'm saying? We have certain things. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but, you know, we all have certain things that bothers us, man. And also, too, before I even continue, I'm going to talk about this. It's about, you know, patterns, right? It's very important. And I know you guys will be like, oh, man, Steph. I don't want to hear this BS, man. I want to hear I show speed. I want to hear the female nature. I want to know why she is who she is. How is she 304? How do I become that guy she wants so I can dig her out and toss her back to the wolves or toss her back to the streets? This ain't it, guys. If you don't, go to my other videos. Because I know you guys love it. I see like the watch time with that, and like the watch time with videos like this. I'm like, wow, y'all really care about, you know, this girl like this, she like that. She a 304. Shoot. If she like them type of dudes, why can't I be that guy? You talk about in your video how you kicked her to the curb and she try to come back. I want to be just like that, Stefan. I know. Y'all, I remember in the Rice Gun videos. Oh man, I wish I had but this one's very important, right? And this goes back to the video I talked about yesterday, complaining, staying the same, right? But this is the patterns I was talking about. It's like, you ever be, this is the guys who are in a relationship. You ever be with your girl, I'm going to be realistic, 2 years. But in between that, it's like every 2 to 3 months, or, you know, some of y'all dudes, right? Not all. Some of y'all dudes, y'all get into that weird argument. She just say something salacious, say something stupid. And, you know, it gets out of control. Like, and you're like, oh, man, I'm done with her, man. F this, I'm done with her. And then 2 days later, you're right back with her, digging her guts out. You know what I'm saying? She, you know, cooking for you. And then, you know, she does it again. Those are patterns what a human goes through. And it's not just that. It's it could be drinking. It could be an addiction to fapping, let's just say it like that, porn, or whatever it is, food, you know, food addiction is very powerful, you know what I'm saying? Even depressions with your thoughts and stuff like that. Like I said yesterday's video, the girl, you know, my landlady, she always knows how to kick the drama out of her life, but always has this pattern of like every 2 weeks bringing in more drama. You know what I'm saying? With like someone else. And like I said yesterday, I'm like, why don't she just keep it out the way? Especially too when you get to a certain age, you're like, oh man, I don't even want to deal with this crap, right? And that's the thing. What I want to just like share, like, you know, this is why I always tell people meditate, man, because you're in control and you catch yourself doing certain things over and over again. Like, you know, you kick it for 2 weeks and then you get back on it, and you know it's hurting you, but you just have this, you know, you tell your peoples or whatever, you know, you tell people you associate with, like, man, I keep doing this. Why is that? Because it's that habit, and you have to learn how to change that, especially too when it's no good for you. Right? And that's the thing. What most people gotta learn how to do. And I don't want people to think, oh man, you act like you perfect. You act like you know everything. No, I just understand the patterns. And like I said earlier, I have patterns too, especially too with thoughts. And the thing to do is learning certain different exercises to change them. And which, I'm going to be honest with you dudes, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do. Like, I'm slowly getting out of that, but it always somehow creeps up and I gotta go, oh, okay. I gotta learn to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Because when your thoughts become things and you have those bad thoughts, you don't attract the things that you want. Like, for instance, right? I'm gonna use this example. You know, my pops, he wants to move to a place to have to himself, which is a good goal to have. Everybody wants that, right? But the problem is, when you complain and you sit around and do nothing about it, or you say, oh, I'm gonna do it some other time turns into not ever happening. But the problem is when you complain about it and you got bad health issues and you still complain, nothing gets done. That's kind of the problem right there, right? Even I want to move too, but I just know realistically it's not going to happen right now. You know what I'm saying? Not a year, 2 years, 3 years, right? But the problem is constant complaining, constant, the constant worrying about somebody else, and you focus on the wrong things, and here comes a pattern. It'll be like that, and then a day or two later, oh yeah, time to go to work, do the whole thing all over again. And in a week, like, God, man, you Subaru don't know how to drive. Anyway, and then constantly with the, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to push that stuff out of the way. You have to do those things because it don't get you nowhere. So what? Someone else is doing something. Put a lock on, you know what I'm saying? Put your stuff away, make sure nothing happens, and focus on what's important. It's easier said than done, right? But when you take this exercise, and also too, you gotta do little things like, you know what? My God, man, these people cannot drive. When you do those things, like when you switch up the exercises, even switch things up in your life, you're like, this is working for me. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sorry, guys. I had to pay attention to the road because, stupidity-ness, man. And that's the thing I'm talking about. Those type of patterns. Like, for another example, too, man. And this is going to, a job that you don't like. You will sit there, wake up overnight, like, oh man, I gotta deal with these stupid people again. Like, I used to say things like this. I'm talking about me. This is my personal experience. I don't want nobody to take, man, you're talking about having a job is back, this, that, and the third. I would say those things, clock in sad, and then get in a good mood about the job. But then a week later or 2 weeks later, I hate this place all over again. That's not healthy. And you have to change those thought patterns. You're like, you know what? I got to use this check to move to the next level. I gotta appreciate it, right? Do different things, and eventually those bad thought patterns that I used to think of will change to, you know what I'm saying, will do something better. That's what, you know, those are things like that. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't complain about that job. It was just like the people there, and they, you know, they were just, you know, they just start to get to you. But what I'm saying, you don't want to be around people who, the constant naysayer, the constant complainers, who want to put you in that dark space. You end up stuck there for life. And then you end up repeating what they say. Don't want to do that. It's like how my pops is like today. Like he complained about someone else, you know, sleeping on the couch and complaining about the towels being dirty, but you gonna sit there, drink, right? And instead of, you know, washing the towels and putting them away, and you have clean towels to wash your hands or, you know, take a shower or whatever, you're going to sit there for hours and hours with the laptop playing whatever movies, drinking, and don't do nothing. And then complain, oh, I need my own place. Meanwhile, you're not putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? You got to find something that's going to help you daily, that's going to push you and make you more money. Those are patterns. Those are bad patterns. So those examples I just talked about in this video are bad patterns. And notice how I included myself, because I don't act like I'm perfect. I don't. But I have to learn to change them. Like, even, you know, I haven't really been meditating. I've been meditating here and there, but I got to tell myself, you know, things are starting to bother me. Let me meditate and clear, you know, whatever junk in there. You know that thing, you gotta clean your junk mail? That's what's in your thoughts, guys. Junk. Take that stuff and get out of there. And meanwhile, everybody else who do that stuff, they still where they at. Always need to change. That, and I'm gonna keep it a buck too. That's the reason why a lot of dudes like have a problem with approaching the females, getting rejected by them, because you have this excess junk. Because I do that too. I have those problems type too. You know what I'm saying? Especially where I work at. You know, sometimes I would say, nah, she probably don't like you. She got a boyfriend. Man, nah, she too good for me. And meanwhile, you don't even know. This chick probably work at Chick-fil-A. Or she may give you a choosing signal, or, you know, so you can validate her, but she probably think, oh, sorry. She might be like, well, you know, he's kind of decent. He's kind of all right. Maybe he can talk to me. But the thing is, like me and some of the people that I talk to, I always say this too. How do you know, bro? Even if you get rejected, you gotta know. How do you know? How do you know? Like, there was this girl with the baddest body ever. Nice, cute face. Told me I had to do it. I was like, oh, okay, what's your name? And, you know, but ever since then, all we do is just, you know, smile, say hi, and that's it. Move on with life. Get out this dude's way. And that's it. But when you keep having these bad junk thought problems, women this, women that, women this, you speak those things into existence. And even myself, I have to learn to stop doing that. Because how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? And I'm a Gemini saying this. You gotta know. Gotta know and make that approach. That's what I want to say, guys. So, guys, you know, change the thought patterns. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do those things. Change them. And your life can be better mentally.